get more of that. Stop taking these motherfuckers seriously. Because they aren't taking you seriously. They do not give two shits. They're there to collect a goddamn paycheck. And you know what you need to be there to do? Call them out for that. Every time you take fucking Ben Shapiro seriously, you're doing him a favor. He's a very much not serious man. Anytime we give them the seriousness that they think that they deserve, we allow them to voice awesome takes like this. So, this is in reply to a tweet from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez saying, Today I was asked why we should bother paying interns if they're getting experience for their resume. Here's what I have to say about that. Experience doesn't pay the bills. And she's right. Unpaid internships are complete and utter bullshit. Especially with these companies that are so big that they could easily pay. Easily. What am I hearing? Really weird. Hearing something move around. So, good boy Ben Shapiro, Mr. I care about the people, facts over your feelings, says, because the alternative is... let me do my Ben Shapiro. Because the alternative is what we don't give young people a chance to earn experience on the job. Since many interns are simply not worth the pay that would have to be redirected from more qualified employees. And he continues. And by the way, experience does pay the bills when you use that experience to get a better job. People routinely take out debt to better their skill set. This is called college. Fighting so that people are barred from doing the same to work at a company that provides a skill set they seek is wrong. And as for the contention that a company must be forced to pay you an unexperienced intern for your work, companies will do so for someone with a better resume. Oh, wait for it, more experience. This guy is such a scrub. This guy is such a scumbag. Internships are to give rich kids a step ahead at parents and friends of parents' companies. They provide no skills or experience usually. Yes, this is true. This is true. He just wants to use it as a way of bashing colleges and his favorite frenemy, secret lover, his secret hate fuck, AOC. Yeah, I'm sorry. Tripped over that a little bit. That's the whole purpose of this. Nothing else. He saw AOC tweeted and that's bait, motherfucker. That's bait. And she ain't gonna talk to ya because you don't fucking matter. Do you really think that a sitting congresswoman is going to take the time to talk to a right-wing hack? Nah. Ain't happening, brah. She ain't interested. So, let's discuss it on the merits, because I got a few people that I'm discussing with this in this thread. Because, fuck it, man. Why not? Why not? And it's really funny to watch people lose their shit over the fact that CEOs could, one of the things that I said that really set someone off is, well, maybe the CEOs could take less pay and pay them. If you're so worried about their budget and, oh, it's going to destroy the company, these multi-billion-dollar companies. It's going to destroy them to pay their fucking interns. And by the way, the barrier for entry for experience is bullshit too. But the thing that set them off most of all was when I pointed out that, hey, you know what happens when the CEO doesn't show up for work? The company keeps running. Do you know what happens when the labor doesn't show up for work? Falls flat. Sorry, bud. Don't know what to tell you. And the guy got really pissed about that. He goes, no. CEOs are really important. They earn their money. And I go, really? How do they do it besides moving around artificial numbers? Oh, they do more than that. How dare you? How dare you clutch my pearls? Clutch my pearls. How dare you challenge the good name of a CEO whose job it is to... Oh yeah, right. Move around arbitrary numbers to personally enrich himself. Whatever. Go ahead, bud. Explain to me what a CEO does. That doesn't basically boil down to, well, you see, what he does is he tries to decide where the money goes so it can please the shareholders and so that everything is properly funded. Oh, in other words, he arbitrarily moves these arbitrary numbers that help enrich him, and that's all he does. Literally every CEO in the world could be nuked right now. Just Thanos snapped out of existence. Every single one. Every board in the world. And you want to know what would happen? Well, first of all, a lot of people would be really fucking happy. Like, no more Elon Musk? Are you fucking kidding me? Good. Good riddance. No more fracking billionaires? Bye. Boy, bye. What would happen is they would still show up for work because those companies would still be getting funded because a product is still being offered. Money is still being collected. How it gets doled out is already set up at the payroll level, which the CEO is nowhere near. Everything the CEO does is regarding stocks and how the stock price is manipulated, which they manipulate, and they have no interest in keeping the health of the company. See your Toys R Us. See your soon-to-be GameStop, Guitar Center, Sears, JCPenney's. All these companies that have gone under and have had their CEOs do nothing but, win a huge windfall from that company dying, saying, oh, well, no one could see it coming. Except for the fact that they sold the company off to also give themselves money to firms that unload debt upon them that they can never recover from because they have no personal interest in keeping the company alive. They're literally rewarded for it. So don't tell me that the CEOs... No. How dare you, sir, attack the CEOs? We need CEOs. We do not need CEOs. We need workers. We need a product to be made, to be sold, to be advertised, to be created, to be funded. And that doesn't happen at their level. Because their money that they get by unloading mass amounts of debt on these companies and earning huge windfalls that somehow never makes it to the workers who, lose their fucking jobs because your dumbass cared a lot more about increasing your bank account. Like, those people, they don't do all that much. Let's be honest here. There is no need for a CEO to exist in a company. What the wealth they create is for themselves, not the company. They have no interest in it. And then, when they blow up one company, they move on to the next. You know, it's a great show that explains this really well is Silicon Valley. In that show, now I haven't watched the last 2 seasons, but one of the seasons I was watching, I loved this character. I forget his name, but he's a CEO. And he's been a CEO of several different companies that flourished in some ways. But for some reason, they didn't keep him. Weird. Like Jack something or other. And they bring him in. They think, for Pied Piper, they were gonna do something really good for the company. And they realize right away, his whole plan is to only care about the stock price and not the company. And he says flat out, I don't give two shits about whether or not your company survives. I care about the stock price. That's my job as CEO. And the way he does everything, the way he ends up over in the fictional company, the Apple, by the way, the mock Apple. If you got your iPhones, just saying. The mock, also Google. I got my, we're not spared on the Android side. No, sir. The mock Microsoft. All of those combined is what Hooli is. With their fake Steve Jobs, Bill Gates type. And he does the same thing to them. Sells the idea. And because both of them have no vested interest in whether the company survives or not, they do it. They sell it as, we're saving the world. All these tech billionaires, all these tech people, all they keep saying is, we're saving the world. We're changing the world for the better. That show is fucking great. It says it right there. They're really convinced that they're doing good shit right there. We don't need CEOs. We need workers. So Ben, guy who's paid by a rich CEO to tell poor people, to blame poorer people for their problems. Maybe you could explain to me how this makes sense. That it's going to destroy the company to pay interns, temporary interns, to make it so that they can, survive with their now huge college debt. You say, well, they'll be given to someone with actual, with actual experience. Let me give you an example. Okay, so GM started doing this thing, and it's really scummy, but at least they pay them. They do temporary employees. I'm not a big fan of that. Here in Flint, we're still very heavily funded by the motor industry. General Motors being the one. What they do is they hire these temporary employees at $14 an hour. Now, the equivalent to how my dad was hired in. That's pennies. That ain't shit. So, they got basically interns, train them, keep some of them, lay the rest off, only to never be brought back. But at least they pay them. And GM's a huge company. And I'm no defender of General Motors. But at least they do that. So the idea that they're going to be given to people with more experience is kind of a joke. They could pay them. They could easily pay them. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not give the CEO a giant bonus again that he doesn't need. How about that, Ben? They could literally do it. They just don't want to. And they created the system for which they can continue to do that. Give me a goddamn break. Just saying. Same goes for every single one of these people. Jeff Bezos, who at the moment I guess would be considered my boss, but I don't give a fuck. Go ahead. take off my channel. I'll just run to Mixer. And you know what I'll do there? I'll insult Bill Gates. You can't shut us down. Can't do it, son. Can't do it. Nah, he doesn't care about me. But yeah, that thing really, that was so silly. Also worth mentioning, this is a good catch by a good boy, Jimmy Durr. I love this. Jimmy's here, of course. Thank you so much for this. Turns out, the pro-Trump Republican aiming to unseat Ilhan Omar, charged with felony theft. Danielle Stella reported to support baseless QAnon conspiracy theory held twice this year over alleged shoplifting. And, well, come on now. That right there is our best senator. I guarantee, our best congressperson. I guarantee that is what she did when she heard it. She's like, okay. She's like, not only was I not going to get unseated by that person, but this is just delicious. A huge QAnon conspiracy theorist. And you get knocked for shoplifting. So I guarantee this person was all about the illegal immigrants. The immigrants, they're going to create crime. They're going to create crime. Always a projection. Always. They're going to come and steal all our shit. Now everybody look away while I steal all this shit. I love it. I love it, guys.